Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Emily's Upcycled Home. Please shop my items on Facebook Marketplace with the link in the description. Follow me on my business page for updates, reels, and new items. Like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget that notification bell for more DIY videos. Let's jump into project number one. And project number one, we are going to be doing a fall book stack. And this video is kind of a fall decor. And I'm going to come in with just these paperback books I got from the thrift store. And I'm going to rip off the covers and the pages that I don't want on here. Then I'm going to come in with a piece of sandpaper, sand the sides to scuff them up and smooth them out. And then I'm going to go ahead and arrange them how I want my book stacks to go. Now I'm coming in with the distress ink that I use and just coming in to age more of the page. Come back in with my sandpaper and blend all that in. And I'm coming in with a rubber band to bind all these pieces just to help me hold them into place here. And then I'll come in with a piece of twine and wrap that around as many times as you guys want. And then I'm just going to go ahead and tie it in a knot and cut off the excess here. Now I have these pieces of floral in my stash, and I think this actually came from a pot I got from Target. And I have the plant here, and I don't know what happened to the bases, but I'm going to go ahead and just group together some greenery and some faux greenery here that I have in my stash. So just go ahead and look in your stash and see what you have to use to create a book stack like this, or anything that you want. Really use up your faux florals that you got in your stash before you go out and buy more. That's my rule of thumb of today, because I am overflowing with little pieces here and there that I need to use up. So I'm going to just come in with some little berries here on either side of the book stack, and I am using some glue because some of my stems are too small and they're just going to end up falling out. So I'm using just some simple hot glue in my hot glue gun, and I'm using very small amounts. That way it's easy to take off if you want to. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add the berries to the other side. And with the berry stem, I just kind of wrap that metal wire around the twine and just clip off the excess. Now I found this little pumpkin in my stash. It's just a little foam pumpkin that I'm decided to go ahead and glue on here. And it looks like I already used it for something, but now I'm using it for this book stack. And I'm just going to go ahead and tie a knot in that front. And we're going to come in with a paper tag. Now I've just bought this new little tag maker here, and I'm using it just to create that little filigree top edge and come up with a tag that's a good size for it. Now I'm coming in with that distressed ink and a little bit of this blue color heirloom in the Fusion paint line. And I'm going to just add in some blue tones here just to break up that book color, that tan color, and just give it a little pop of something here. And I'm just wiping off the excess paint just to blend that out. I'm coming in with just these little stamps here, and I think I got these a while ago from the Target dollar spot. And they haven't even been open, you guys. But I'm just going to type in here fall. And I should have gone with a darker ink here because it really doesn't show up. And then I just come in with a white pen and I write blessings on here. And I go over it, just deepening the white. And then I add a little design at the bottom. And then I'm going to add this to our book stack. Just adding that pop of blue there and tying the twine into a bow. Now, because it does have that blue, I'm going to come in and add a little bit blue to the ends of the book stack here, because I just want to blend in some more of that blue, because I just thought it made the book even enhance the book and the color. I don't know, I just liked it all together, so I'm adding some blue here. There doesn't always have to be a reason, I guess. And then I go in here with that distressing inks in the color walnut, and I'm just gonna glide the ink pad against all the edges and the pages of the book and distress those a little further. Moving on to project number 2. So I have these just jars in my stash. I have so many jars, you guys, and I just need to go through them and move them and make something out of them. And to help the paint stick here, I'm coming in with just a thin layer of Mod Podge. And I haven't done this before, but I assume because the Mod Podge is sticky that it'll help stick to the surface of the smooth glass there. And once again, I'm coming back in with this heirloom color, blue color, and the fusion paint line. And I did let the Mod Podge dry overnight. And I'm just going to coat one coat of paint all over this surface here. And then I'm going to do the same to the other jar. And here we have our jars already completed. Now, they're probably still a little bit wet because I'm just jumping the gun here. And I'm going to age these a little bit more and deepen that blue tone with some dark wax from DIY. And I'm just going to go around the bottom here and work my way up the jar. And I will repeat that process for the second jar as well. So coming in here, I'm going to put some tissue paper in the base of both these jars because I'm going to go ahead and add my floral here in a minute. And I'm going to take that same tissue paper and wrap the base of my floral here. And I'm going to push that down into the jar. And that's what's going to hold our floral in place and give you an option to have this be removed and replaced with something different as the seasons change or as you change in your decor. So I'm just going to go ahead and add one more piece of tissue paper around the top, and I kind of twisted this into one line or one little I guess snake you can call it, and just wrap that around the tissue paper. I wrap the tissue paper around the top of the base, and then I'm just going to come in here and fill the rest of the jar with some moss, and I will do the same thing to the second jar here. Now here's our jar already set. What do you guys think of the color combination? Let me know honestly what you guys think. And I'm going to come in here with some redesigned Prima transfers in, I don't know the name of it, but I'll make sure to put all the pieces that I use here and all the products I use into the description box. That way you guys can easily find these pieces. And for the Prima transfers, I get them from one lady, so I might just link that the whole thing, or I might link individual transfers, who knows. But I'm just going to go ahead and add this orange color to our bottles here, our jars here. And I just think, I don't know, let me know what you guys really think, but I really like how the orange and yellowish colors go with that blue tone. And let me know in the comments, is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down on those pieces, or what would you have done differently? And now I'm going to come in with some black, and you guys know I like to add some kind of black here to kind of ground the pieces. And I think that I'm just going to come in with these wordings. But for the other jar, I didn't find any simple wording. So I'm coming in with both. These are both from the IOD pot transfer labels. And once again, I'll link those in the description where you can find them. And then I'm going to go ahead and add those pieces. And then I decide to add that to the other jar as well. And then lastly, I'm going to come in with just this finishing wax from Minwax, I believe, and I got that off of Amazon, and as well as my paintbrush here, my wax brush here. I found a little grouping of brushes off of Amazon. I'll try to link that as well. If I find all these pieces, I'm happy to link them for you. And then I go ahead and put on that wax. Mind you, I'll let it set for a little bit and wipe off the excess. And then to finish these off, I'm going to come in with a little bit of twine. And for project number 3, we are moving on to just some wood blocks that I found in my stash here. And they're already painted like with a white, but we're going to transform these into little, you know, cottage style pumpkins using those same colors, that blue, maybe a white, I think I come in here, all with the heirloom color blue. And I don't remember what the color white here was used, but it is also a fusion paint. And I'm gonna go ahead and go over the second piece with that white color. And then thirdly, I'm going to come in with the DIY paint in the color Queen Bee, and we're going to put that color onto our third piece of wood here. And these will all be transformed, like I said, into like a cottage pumpkin style piece. And I found some just spindle pieces that I had in my stash cut off from other projects. And I'm going to use some E6000 here and some hot glue to glue on those spindles to give them a secure support there. Now I'm coming in with that same deep mustard yellow, I guess, floral here, and I'm just going to attach those pieces to the tops of the pumpkins that we're creating here. And I'm kind of angling them sideways, one to each side. And then of course I'm going to come in with some other little pieces that I got in my stash here, and mostly these pieces, except for that little floral that I told you was from Target, are all from Hobby Lobby. So I'm pretty sure if you go look in their fall sections, you can find some pieces that you like. Now I'm just blending these colors in and adding some greenery to them and just working them until I feel that I like the look of the piece. And then we're going to come in and we're going to round the pumpkin stem. We're going to add a little bit of this moss, and I am just coming in with my hot glue gun, and then I'm just going to wrap the moss around the top of the spindle there. Not worried about it going all the way around because the back's not going to be exposed. So I worked my way through all three pumpkins, adding that moss, and now we're going to worry about what do we want on the pieces. Now I didn't put them on first because I didn't know, but I come in with just some scraps of transfers, and I come in with the IOD transfers here in the brocante packet, and I just pick some birds out here, and I cut the pieces of the birds that I want, and I'm going to go ahead and attach all three birds pieces to each one of the pumpkins.
Seeing eyes of mine, what do you feel beside? I don't know where we're gonna fly like you did sometimes. Seeing eyes of mine, love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll try to fix it. Love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll change it, change it.
So I want to add some wording to this piece. I'm going to come in with just this strip, and I'm going to line up my pumpkins, and I'm going to have them just like in one line, and I'm going to put that strip of wording across the bottom, so that way they all line up together. And I'm just going to come in with my pen here since I don't have my little stick, and I'm just going to rub that transfer in and then pull off the excess. And then lastly, I'm going to come in with some dark wax and age up the pieces, and then this will be our finished product. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of these pumpkins? And here are our finished products. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.